making money. Sad, but true. This one comes in from Shane that says, in the mailbox section of 060611, wow, you have a long memory. Oh my god. You talked about the state of multiplayer parts and areas in single-player games. Now, I would like to build on that and ask your opinion on single-player that use a co-op feature. To clarify for those who do not know what this is, co-op is when the main campaign of the story of the game is made so you can play through and complete it while playing with another person. There are, however, also games like Portal 2 where the co-op feature is a completely separate story. I've always found these games to be incredibly fun if done right, since playing with another person adds a new depth to games. Since now there are not only NPCs in your story, but another player. So what's your opinion on developers that take their time to add co-op into games that could have been and are single-player games? Man, it was only a couple of years ago that we were all crying out for co-op. We really, really were. I'd like to give an example, actually, Sven co-op for the classic Half-Life 2. It was the next best thing to being able to play through the single player in a co-op mode, and it is only in the last few years that co-op has actually resurged, and it's good that it has. We were all crying out for the co-op experience, we really, really were. I think that adding co-op to pretty much any single player game is, for the most part, a good idea. I can think of maybe a couple of single-player games where co-op simply wouldn't suit it. I mean, for instance, Amnesia. You really want to put Amnesia in a co-op mode? Yeah, that would be terrible. I can't imagine that working at all. Maybe Duke Nukem as well, but why not, actually, when you think about it? Why not have a co-op going on right there? And hell, Serious Sam 3 BFE is going to allow, what, 16-player co-op? Yeah. So, to me, co-op seems like this kind of feature, which is, for the most part, extremely easy to implement if the game wasn't horribly scripted. And I think maybe therein lies the problem. Because there are a lot of games that are so heavily scripted and on rails these days, they're simply not designed for a second player to be there, then you don't have co-op modes in that. But I really think that co-op should be very high up on the priority list of developers. It should be something that pretty much every developer is considering to put in their game one way or the other. I think it adds an additional layer of interactivity and, of course, social play. It's great in pretty much every respect. I can't think of a bad thing about co-op. I think the only problem is that when certain games pretty much force you to go co-op, unless they are very specifically designed that way. I mean, there's a game called Hunter the Demon's Forge, which is much better played co-op than single player. You can play it single player, but it's nowhere near as fun. I think as long as we don't have too many of those games, Army of Two being another example, by the way, then we're okay. I would like to see it be optional. I would not like to see it be the mainstay of a game, unless that game is very well designed to incorporate co-op to the point where it simply would not work in single player at all, and the experience is highly enriched by it being designed for co-op from the ground up. So there you go. Co-op, yes, more co-op. As much co-op as we can possibly get in any genre that supports it, and maybe even a few genres that don't, because there is nothing wrong with having it there as an option. Go for it, definitely. Okay, folks, that's me done for the day. Thank you very much for watching the mailbox. That's also me done for the week.
It's only a short
I shall be doing various things over the weekend. I'll try and get you some WTFS content. I'm just sort of trying to get back into the swing of things. It doesn't help that I have the Viking germs, so I am a little bit beaten up at the moment, but I'll be alright. And of course, I'll be looking to bring you WTFS of Fear 3, as well as perhaps Alice Madness Returns, and a few indie games as well, coming over the next few days. My name has been Total Biscuit, and I will see you next time.
Yes! Suffering awaits! Even death trembles in my presence! I smell death! The magic! It calls to me!
An ally has been slain.
It's only a short way. Is that a short joke? Yes! Stalking prey again? Your commands tire me! Suffering awaits! It's only a short way! Is that a short joke? Your commands tire me!
An enemy has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
The magic! It calls to me! Yes! Stalking prey again? I smell death.
An ally has been slain.
It's only a short way. Is that a short joke?
An enemy has been slain. Double kill.
Stalking prey again? Suffering awaits! Your soul will come to serve me!
An ally has been slain.